Yo, welcome to your monthly chakra healing video. This is for the month of April. We have a lot to talk about, so we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna show you the cards and then we're gonna talk about it. So let me just move the oracle cards. For your root chakra, you have the Empress. The Five of Cups is your sacral chakra. For your solar plexus, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. For your heart chakra, you have the Three of Pentacles. The throat chakra, you have the Three of Cups. The third eye, you have the Ten of Cups. And the crown chakra, you have the Fool. For your oracle cards, you have Magic and Courage. And you also have Dry Desert, Wizards of Awareness, and Mountain. So there's a lot of stuff kind of going on with you guys. You guys definitely don't necessarily feel like yourself. You and Aries are kind of going through the same kind of thing of kind of being not necessarily in the best mood with everything that's going on. Your bottom of the deck is a High Priestess, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Swords with the Chariot. It's kind of, you guys are kind of a little bit all over the place. One, as far as your root chakra goes, you guys are fine and dandy being at home. You're doing a little bit better with that than Aries, but you're still struggling with it in other ways when it comes to communicating socially and being out with your friends, which is why your throat chakra is just like, I want to hang out, I want to go out with my friends, I want to get my nails done, I want to go shopping, I want to do stuff, like I want to do things, there's things I want to travel, I want to see the world, whatever. But it's kind of a little bit, it's just not necessarily the bestest time right now. For your sacral chakra with the Five of Cups, you guys are kind of ignoring a lot of the things that have been coming up for you guys because there is kind of like this weird drought stage, and the universe is placing this as a challenge for you. You have to really look at yourself during this time, but you guys are like, no, everything's just going wrong in the outside world, so I'm just riding the wave instead of taking the time to be productive. You guys are trying to not be mindful of what is going on internally with you guys, which is quite a lot, and it's going to take a lot of work for you to climb that mountain and take, you really, like, this is why you also got the word courage in here. It's going to take a lot for you to climb that mountain and do the work that is necessary in order for you to get through this situation here. Okay, there is like a lot of things built up. There's a lot of, because you have time to really look at yourself, you don't want to, you're just looking at the past and things that happened in the past as, oh, that was a fail, or that happened, and you know what, I'm not happy about that, but it was what it was, whatever. You're kind of ignoring a lot of the things that are collectively happening. Instead, you're just taking the time out to complain about a lot of things instead of being productive about it, which makes it for a very frustrating time on your part. Because when it comes to your solar plexus, you feel alone, you feel like you can't do anything, you have a very savage mouth, you're not really in the mood for a lot of things, you're just kind of like, in many ways, hiding yourself away. Even though, yes, you can find a lot of pleasure in where you've been hiding yourself, there's still like this kind of churning of pain and feeling alone, and in many ways getting depressed and down, that you're trying to kind of like fight through by just kind of, you know, distracting yourself with shows and different things that you're doing. So it's a very frustrating time for you guys because on your root chakra sense, you guys are struggling. You guys also might have lost your jobs. You might not have a lot of money right now. There might be like some struggles in that space. So even though maybe things are going your way and like money got sent to you by the government already, and you're able to kind of have food and at least have your things, you're still struggling in some other ends where maybe your like your way of life is just like threatened, and you're not able to really be who you love being right now. It's just not necessarily you. So it's just a very frustrating time. So there's kind of like the lower chakras are not necessarily balanced, as well as your crown chakra is also not balanced. And this is why your crown chakra, the Fool is in reverse for you guys, because even if the future comes, which in your third eye, as it states, it is the Ten of Cups. So you will move into that energy, into that space in the future. However, that's not really going to come that fast. This is going to take years and years of work because you are actively ignoring the traumas and the internal things that you really need to sort out within yourself in order to attract this into your life. So as far as like you in alignment with your divine self and your higher self, you are not in alignment with your higher self. Even though you're grounded right now, you're not in alignment because there's certain things, there's weeds that are growing that you need to cut. There's things that are not supposed to be around that are just taking up space, and you guys need to kind of sort through that. So it's a very kind of like frustrating time, and you're really kind of internally struggling with what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. And it's really interesting to me because as far as like your heart chakra goes, you do want to be proud of yourself. You do want to get to this place where you look back and you're like, you know what, I'm glad of everything I did. I'm glad of how I got there. But you're not really, you know, it's kind of like having your own business but never cleaning it. So you're always constantly having people inside, but you're just never cleaning it. So it just looks dirty. It looks unclean. And at some point, people just stop coming inside because it's not clean. It's not being well kept. So it's like you have this business, but it's not making any money from, like, you're not getting any money from it anymore. This is kind of what this looks like for you guys, because it's like you guys are, you got to see yourself as your own kind of business. Like you how you take care of yourself, how you practice self-love, that is your business. And when you're not taking care of yourself, those things that want to be a part of your life but can't because you're not ready are not going to show up. It's just not going to be a thing. Meanwhile, you're just going to be kind of craving and wanting the future to come as fast as humanly possible. What you can do during this time, which is hinted by not only the bottom of the deck, but also by the Oracle card Magic, is that you can be working on your manifestations and doing some releasing work in order to help work through this energy and combat that energy. So if you're productive about the way you want to move forward, it actually helps, and it puts you in a place where you're not surprised or trying to just deal with everything all at once or anything like that. You're just kind of flowing through the energy, and this is what it is, and you're putting your energy, your spiritual energy, into work and putting it to work and setting those intentions and doing those releasing work that you need to do in order for you to move forward and get into this 10 of Cups energy in the future. Because right now, that future is not, it's kind of blocked. Like even like if the quarantine ended today, you guys would still have all of these issues to work through. So it's really about just holding that mirror to your face and trying to sort yourself out, which I feel like you guys need to do, especially because if you have an abundance of time, instead of necessarily focusing on the things that bring you pleasure, like watching TV or like putting makeup on or whatever, all of those things, are painting your nails. Even though yes, you should be practicing self-care right now, you should also be practicing self-care by looking at yourself in the mirror and making sure that you are okay with what you're looking at, not just continuously carrying negativity and negative things that you really don't need to carry. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I will see you guys next month for your next chakra healing video. Have a beautiful day, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.